Adam22, notorious culture vulture, founder of No Jumper, and also porn doer, recently had a celebrity fight with Jason Love, a big black porn star who first did a sex scene with Adam's wife, Lena the Plug, who was also a porn star back in 2023. And the only reason that I just referred to Jason Love as big and black is because that's quite literally the only reason why he, Adam22, and Lena's fictional love triangle has ever gotten the attention it's gotten. I should start by saying that I don't give a flying fuck about Adam22 or this fight. But after Adam22 lost the fight in 73 seconds, I came across tons of videos from creators so excited to talk about how embarrassing this fight was for Adam and how Adam has to have a humiliation kink and all kind of stupidness, as though that wasn't the prearranged outcome. Adam doesn't have a humiliation kink. Y'all do. Adam is just a man who does porn for money, and like the rest of the porn industry, plays into people's fetishes, power dynamics, racial stereotypes, and all the other taboo shit that people pretend don't get them off while running to keep consuming it. I don't like Adam22 just as much as the next principled nigga, so I would love for the joke to be on him. But unfortunately, the joke has always been on the audience whose kinks and media illiteracy he is exploiting for cash. We're not gonna be here long because it's really not a complex issue to explain or understand. Adam22 and his wife are both porn stars. In fact, while you might best know Adam22 for No Jumper and all the exploitation of both hip-hop artists and gang culture he does, that's not what pays most of Adam22's bills these days. It's the porn he and his wife do with Plug Talk, which they've been doing for almost a decade now. The way Adam and Lena drive money to that business and market it is by using the audience and attention he's gotten from No Jumper, who he knows want to see him seemingly humiliated, in addition to all the white men who are obsessed with the idea that a black man is this big dick hypersexual brute that their white women want to fuck. That's the reason why so much cuckold porn is specifically a white man sitting in the corner watching his white wife be fucked by a black man in the first place. Playing into racial stereotypes is a core feature of porn because the whites have always been sickly obsessed with black people in this way. But we're specifically talking about the way they're obsessed with black men with respect to this conversation about Adam22.
Picking Jason was like a business decision. Obviously, like, he's attractive, he's a good performer, he has a great physique and everything. But like, we were like, who would make sense for my first scene to be with? Because we wanted it to be big. And obviously everyone's like latching on to the fact that he's black, like, and my audience has never seen me with a black guy, so that made it an even bigger deal. But yeah, it was really a business decision. It was really a business decision.
The obsession with black men's bodies and the idea of black men fucking white women goes all the way back to slavery. White men's discovery that black men were bigger and stronger than them not only led them to the sick belief that black men should be enslaved to do free labor for them, it also became the basis for them to feel inferior to the very men they were subjugating, fearing that black men would take their wives and their women. Even though in actuality, it was these white men raping the wives and daughters of those black men they were hypersexualizing and fearing. It's part of the reason why white people would cut off the genitalia of black men they lynched and keep it as souvenirs. The white man's obsession with the black male body and their simultaneous fear of being emasculated by black men in this way isn't a secret to white men or black men. And it's precisely what Adam22 has banked on since first introducing the possibility of his wife fucking Jason Love. Let me make something clear to y'all. Adam22 and his wife are porn stars, sex workers, who don't give a fuck about the traditional gender roles or norms. He does not give a fuck about someone fucking his wife. He and his wife are simply exploiting that y'all care and are silly enough to think they care when they obviously do not exist in the same reality the people who think they're laughing at them and hooting and hollering about how it can never be them do. Adam22 is honestly such an excellent case study for what I call the reality TVification of media and how much it's harmed media literacy, because it makes it so much more difficult for people to understand what they're seeing and what's real or not. Let me explain what I mean. We all understand that people who make porn not only have sex with a bunch of other people professionally, they also play into obviously fake, poorly acted storylines that are meant to play into racial and other stereotypes, fetishes, and fantasies to get people off. We know the fucking storylines aren't real. Even the desire we think we're seeing isn't necessarily real. They are performing. The people sleeping with one another are not there based on genuine desire. They are doing a damn job to get us off and make money. That's it, and that's all. And everything I just said is perfectly in keeping with everything that Adam22 and Lena do and have been doing with Jason Love. But because Adam22 is not just a figure in media, he's someone who's built his media, his content, specifically around turning what appears to be his real life and his real staff into content. People can't tell the difference between what's real or what's a performance. No Jumper and Adam22's rise to fame has never just been about the content itself or who he interviews, but how he and the different characters at No Jumper themselves became what people were watching and analyzing. No Jumper was and is effectively reality TV drama. It's actually bringing people in on this idea of it being reality TV in real life. People tune in to see what kind of mess the hosts and people on the network get into. And that is something Adam22 has played into from the beginning and continues to play into, with the same kind of deliberately bad acting that he approaches he and his wife's porn career and the marketing they do around it. But because we live in this media universe where we constantly analyze and critique our commentators and media figures, people always engage critiquing Adam22 as though what Adam22 puts out into the world is sincere and real when it's just a performance. Adam22 is more an actor than a commentator. But in the same way folk can't wait to have something to laugh at or drag any kind of public figure, they leap at the opportunity to do that for Adam22. But those critiques never make too much sense because Adam22 is a performer. He wants that reaction from you. Reality TV isn't real, porn isn't real, and not only is Adam22's entire shtick, whether he's doing straight No Jumper universe shit or porn plug talk universe shit, it's not even like a secret shtick where he's trying to get one over on you. He's always obviously doing a bit, playing into a character very WWE style, which is why it's kind of fitting that he finally outright did a fake fight, but we'll get back to that. My point is, he's doing a bit, but niggas lack media literacy because not only did the internet and social media collapse the distance between us and the people and content we consume, causing this kind of parasociality that makes shit feel real, but because the people who make most of the content we consume on our phones and social media platforms in the present day don't often outright present themselves as actors or characters, but real people that we can follow, it can become tricky for a lot of people to understand what's real or what's not when these people appear to be doing things that have real effects or consequences in their real lives. Many people have always struggled to understand that much of the things like reality TV, wrestling, and porn aren't real, even though there are some things that are really happening. And Adam22 isn't the only person who's made a business out of the reality TV-ification of his media empire. Folk like Joe Budden lean into this too, intentionally creating and playing into narratives to stir fan parasociality, engagement, and behavior, so that fans end up talking more about the people on the show and their relationships with each other and speculation about the behind the scenes more than they actually talk about the substantive content of the show, which often ends up actually impacting the real dynamics and interpersonal relationships between the people on the show. But I say all that to get me back to the original point. We don't know Adam22. Adam22 is a character, an actor that Adam Grand Mason utilizes to make money. Whether he be outright exploiting niggas in No Jumper land or exploiting niggas' outrage and white men's fears and fetishes in plug talk land, Adam22 is making money, and that's quite literally all he's there to do. You think you laughing at Adam or that Adam's being emasculated, but Adam is counting on you to feel that way so that he could make money. Same way Adam knew being that character, a white man performing big and bad and inserting himself into shit with actual gang niggas and whatnot on No Jumper would not only outrage y'all, it would interest y'all and get y'all watching and talking to make money. It's the same way he knew that the same people who hate the character of that white man who has the audacity to profit off a black man and appoint himself an authority in a culture he has no business being anywhere near would salivate at the opportunity to see that white man emasculated by a black man fucking his wife, and then that black man beating him up too. He counts on reactions like this one.
Adam22, the second biggest culture vulture and biggest in the YouTube space, just got his ass beat, and I can't lie, that shit was satisfying to watch.
Both Adam and his wife fuck people on camera for money on a regular basis. There is nothing special in either one of their lives about Lena fucking this nigga Jason, but they know the world around them and how to play into it for money, which is why they went out of their way to tell the public the only kind of scene Lena hasn't done is fucking a black guy. They're intentionally playing this up for the folk they know believe that white men are secretly scared a black man can take their bitch. You know, once you go black, you never go back. And it's not just Adam playing his part. Lena is, and so is Jason Love. They're all in on the bit all the time. It's not about the act alone. It's about the rhetoric and beliefs they've got to activate around it in order to make it lucrative. They need to get you to believe that it's real, so you keep giving them time, attention, and money. Which is why after the first sex scene, Jason Love was doing interviews after the fact saying shit like this.
It's not really a cup situation. It's more of like two people coming and making an understanding. Yeah.
You know, so if you cool with it, then you know it is what it is. Me personally, I don't know if I have enough in me to allow it, but everyone's different. Everyone have different levels of, how do I say, mental maturity.
Well, it would be kind of weird for you to find a dude bigger than you. Maybe they could resurrect Andre the Giant or something. Maybe you could get Brock Lesnar to come through and cut it up for you. But I mean, you're kind of like the biggest dude that I could think of. I don't know.
This is the intentional reality TV-ification of media I was telling y'all about. He is deliberately trying to make you think the emasculation and racial stereotypes and things that made the idea of Lena and Jason fucking when she's married to Adam22 seem real beyond the scene. He's trying to blur the line between what's real and fake so that they could keep eating off the whole thing. So y'all say, oh my God, even the guy who fuck his wife thinks so too. Because if he says it's porn, it's not real, we all do porn, it's just a job, that's not good for any of their pockets. Because the reason people are watching and discussing Lena and Jason fucking is solely because Lena is Adam's wife, and they want to engage it as though Adam is a regular nigga who wife cucking him, instead of 3 sex workers making bread off y'all dumb ass. Again, if Jason said it's porn, it's not real, we all do porn, it's just a job, that wouldn't leave an appetite for he and Adam to pretend to be mad about it so they could spin the block with shit like a celebrity fight and cash out again. The only way there's any interest or money to be made doing something like that is if there are people who believe, at least a little bit, that Adam22 felt emasculated by this man fucking his wife and will want to avenge his masculinity.
This guy, Jason, is like talking more shit. That shit doesn't bother you though? Like to say like he fucked
No, that
his
did
wife
bother
better.
me. It fucking pissed me off. That like now we gotta find another guy for this threesome because he's out here talking spicy. I feel like he doesn't know how to handle the clout.
It's not real, it's marketing. Which is why Lena and Jason had another scene together since the original scene. And since that clip saying it ain't gonna happen again, cause it ain't real. Just like Adam's loss wasn't real, because the fight ain't real. Not to say Jason Love couldn't beat him up in real life if he wanted. I'm sure he could. What I'm saying is that those niggas decided that Adam would lose quickly, in a weak, humiliating fashion, because not only does that allow them to make the most money off the least amount of effort, it preserves the dynamic that people are tuning into, the fetish they're appealing to, which is seeing this white man emasculated by a big black man. I say all that to say, y'all sound media illiterate to me every time y'all giggle about how Adam got beaten in 73 seconds like it was real. Baby, it wasn't. That nigga played y'all into get into the bag repeatedly, made mad bread for 72 seconds of running away from fake fighting, then went home and laid in his bed richer than the night before. And he will continue making money off of it for as long as he can. Which is why not only have Jason and Lena done a second scene since the first one, Adam, Lena, and Jason have all gone on rounds of press, deliberately leaning into this idea that Adam feels emasculated, Lena secretly desires this big black man, and the big black man would never be cucked like this white man, and he could please his wife better than him.
I actually was nice. I was actually nice. I was kind of like, I was gentle out there in the streets, you know what I'm saying? I could have ramshacked the whole situation, but I took it nice.
It's all intentional, which is why the second the fight was done, Adam and Lena did this.
Oh, baby. I missed him. Let's never fight again.
And I'm not saying y'all can't enjoy fake shit. I love reality TV. My sister loves wrestling. But I need y'all to discuss this with some semblance of awareness that they're doing a bit and recognize that you only making this nigga y'all claim to hate richer.